Dah, dah belum? Mute, oke. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
So, let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Thariq Haydar Hafiz,
And my name is Muhamad Owen.
and today we are going to present about cash flow analysis, key financial evaluation criteria. So, introduction to cash flow analysis. Cash flow analysis evaluates the timing and magnitude of cash inflows and outflows in a project. It has two purposes, which is to determine project feasibility, to support investment decisions with quantitative data. It is used in capital budgeting, infrastructure development, business expansion, and so on and so on. So, in this cash flow analysis, there are some terms that can be thrown around, which is the first one being NPV, or net present value. So the definition is the present value of all cash inflows minus the initial investment. And its interpretation is measures absolute profitability in today's money value. The formula is NPV equals sigma, parenthesis, net cash inflow at time t divided by 1 plus the discount rate to the power of time, and minus the initial investment. So you can see the RT stands for net cash inflow at time t, and R is the discounted rate, and the CO is initial investment. The decision rule is if the NPV is over zero or greater than zero, the project generates value and it can be accepted. But if the NPV is not greater than zero, the project destroys the value. So the project should not be continued. And then there is also economic internal rate of return, or EIRR, or AIR. This concept considers the broader economic impacts beyond financial returns. It is commonly used in public infrastructure projects and focuses on benefits such as time savings, environmental impact, and social benefits. So AIR definition is the rate at which economic NPV becomes zero, and the social rule is if AIR is greater than the social discount rate. For example, in this example is 10%, then the project can be accepted. But if the AIR is not greater or lower than the social discount rate, the project should not be continued. So now we will discuss about net benefit cost ratio, or NBC, or PCR, and its definition is ratio of discounted benefits to discounted cost. The formula is benefit cost ratio equals present value in benefits divided by present value in cost. So how to interpret BCR is, if BCR is greater than greater than 1, that means the benefit exceeds cost, which is economically feasible, and which means the project is doing good. But if BCR equals to 1, that means the project is at its break-even point. And if PCR is lower than 1, the cost exceeds the benefit. So the project is economically not feasible. So this benefit cost ratio is used in analysis of government or social projects. So the definition of profitability index. So this is the overview. Its definition is to it indicates value created per unit of investments, and the formula is profitability index equals parenthesis net present value plus initial investment divided by its initial investment. So profitability index is useful when comparing projects under capital constraints.
So for the next is a profitability index, or we can say PI. So for the interpretation, if a PI bigger than one, which mean is a value creating project, is the project is accepted. If PI lower than one, the value is destroying the project, is which mean is the project is rejected. So for the advantage for the profitability index is a help priorities among multiple small project. So for next is internal rate of return, or we can say IRR9. IRR is the rate that makes NPV equals to zero, assuming reinvestment of interim cash flow. IRR9 refers to IRR calculated with a fixed reinvestment rate of 9% and can be used for the conservative or standardized assessment. So this is for the decision rule for the internal rate of return. If IRR9 bigger than 9%, the project will be accepted. And then if IRR9 lower than 9%, the project will rejected. And then for the internal rate of return is useful for comparing with fixed benchmark rates like cost of capital. So far we can concluding for this cash flow analysis is vital for informed decision making. And then next is each method over unique insight is NPV, give net gain in value. And then the EIRR focus on economic returns. And then the BCR help assess cost effectiveness. And for the PI help with the project ranking. And IRR9 adds conservative fixed rate analysis. And then the last one is for the recommendation is use a multiple criteria for robust evaluation. Okay, thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.